Hey, we have Wixman Ray here, or Weatherman Ray, whatever you want to call me. You can call me Al, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay. Okay, just trying to be funny, sorry. Hey, looking at our satellite again today, we'll start with this again. Since this is pretty cool to look at and there's a lot going on, so we'll start in the U.S. So we got this system moving on shore through the west here, bringing some showers, and some mountain snow, high mountain snow, really. And yeah, so low pressure still spinning just off the coast of California near SFO, San Francisco. Another little low pressure spinning here off the coast, west of Southern California. So pretty active. Then we got this whole big system up, moving up towards southeast Alaska with the low there, and this trailing cold front that goes clear out into the North Pacific. And then another little system moving off into British Columbia there with some stuff going on there. And then there's our next one coming up. That's actually tracking more towards Alaska, but we'll see the effects of all these storms over the next week. It's going to be kind of a parade of storms coming in the west through at least next week, most of next week. So yeah, so that's what's going on the satellite. Um, Go to our surface observation. So this is down at the ground here with our radar overlaid. You guys should be familiar with the radar. So we're looking out over California and Nevada. A lot of showery activity across like the northern half of California into the northern half of Nevada, parts of Utah. Looks like there might be something down here. Most of this might not be hitting the ground, but over Southern California into northwest Arizona, a little bit up in Colorado, and some spotty stuff up into Wyoming and western Nebraska and southern Idaho. So, yeah, pretty active, uh, at least in the way of rain. The temperatures are pretty warm out here, 50s for the most part in the valleys, 70s as you go south here at Vegas, 70, 60 at LA, 63 actually at the airport, and then in the upper 70s across Phoenix and Tucson, and warm across New Mexico near the 70s, most areas except up far north, it's in the 50s. Yeah, so otherwise, Pacific Northwest is still dry. That'll change as we go into the weekend here. They'll get another round of rain up there, but in the 50s, so, and some sunshine. And pretty sunny up across Montana, as we saw on our satellite over there. Yeah, it was pretty sunny. Looks like some snow on the ground where that snow was a couple days ago. All right, pretty nice across the south. Here's what's left of that cold front. You see the north winds and the south winds. It's a weak front, but it's definitely cooling temperatures, a good 10, 15 degrees as it moves south. But it's a few showers across the southeast here, real kind of more scattered more than anything, isolated, scattered. So, yeah, I don't know if there's enough oomph for maybe a thunderstorm and some of that. You got some darker, returns. So there might be maybe a little thunder, but probably not much. Yeah, so that's what's going on across the south there. Pretty quiet, mild temperatures, 70s across Florida. And it's mild all the way up north here in the 40s and 50s, all the way up. The cold air's, back here still in the northeast, 20s. They're still getting lingering snow showers up there. That should be ending as we go into tomorrow on Thursday. That'll be tapering off. So there's still some light to maybe a couple bands of moderate up here near Syracuse and parts of near Binghamton, but mostly just real light stuff. So, all right, even up in the northern plains, really mild. 40s up here in North Dakota. Yeah, even up here, 20s and 30s. So nothing too crazy across the CONUS, as we call it, the continental United States. Cold air up here, and so I actually looked at the provinces. So this is Quebec, this is Ontario, Saskatchewan. Alberta, the British Columbia's over there, and I'm forgetting what this one's called. Winnipeg, I think, is what it's called. Anyways, I actually looked, and then uh, Nova Scotia, I think, and then yeah, I forget which one's which up there. But I did look at it yesterday, so I'm a little more knowledgeable about it. So it's cold up there, single digits up there in parts of Quebec and uh, whatever this province is. I forget this one. And this is Nova Scotia, I believe. Yeah, I think. Don't quote me. This is what's that island called? Bermuda. Out in Bermuda. It's in the 60s. A little windy, breezy, 25 mile an hour winds coming off the ocean there. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for what's going on. We'll look at the forecast here. Wrong one. Yeah, so this is our American GFS model down towards the surface. We won't look at the upper level stuff today, just to kind of keep it short. So out west, this is basically close to now, and looking a few hours into the future. Kind of see all this rain, some mountain snow all across the west, California through Wyoming, Idaho. And then we got them scattered showers across the south here continue as that cold front, that weak cold front kind of moves through. It's a cold front. Oh, and then can't last but not least, with this low pressure that's moving off the coast into the Atlantic, we've got some lingering light snow up there in the northeast and down to New York. So as we go through the night and through tomorrow morning, the snow will linger, but it's pretty much going to taper off as we go through tomorrow. So they'll add a few more inches of snow up there for some areas. And so this is Thursday, so we still got some lingering precipitation, valley rain, mountain snow. Snow levels are generally going to be above 6,000 feet, a little bit lower at night, but that's what you're looking at. So that'll linger through tomorrow for parts of Nevada, Utah, and Colorado, and southern Wyoming. Not that a whole lot of people live out there, but there's a few places. All right. So we'll kind of go forward in time. So we're looking at this is Friday afternoon, evening. Once again, we got this system breaking out across the southwest with some rain, some high mountain snows across Arizona and New Mexico. Got this next system starting to bring rain into Seattle, Portland area. Other than that, pretty quiet. Very mild across the U.S., really. Nothing to write home about any crazy temperatures. Still above average out west for the most part, temperature wise. And, the rest of the country near to above normal. All right, so this is heading into Saturday. So we got this low pressure forming out here in the southern plains here. And I've been talking about this the last couple days. There's a marginal threat of some severe weather, probably across this part of Texas and at least the eastern half of Oklahoma, southern Missouri, Arkansas, maybe probably not that far north, but there's a there could be some isolated severe, maybe some hail or some strong winds, but really not. It doesn't look like any kind of big outbreak. SPC's even kind of going marginal. They're not even put in a risk area, slight risk area, as they would normally call it, out yet for Friday into Saturday. So yeah, it looks like there could be some severe weather. Definitely be thunderstorms, some heavier rain too in spots, especially as we head into Saturday, late Saturday into Saturday night. There could be some heavy rain out here in these parts near the Arklatex, parts of Louisiana and Arkansas, west or eastern Oklahoma. And so that system will continue to track. This is Sunday, so it kind of is tracking southeast. I showed you the upper levels yesterday. It's tracking down this kind of general direction. So as we get heading into the day on Saturday or Sunday, maybe some few thunderstorms across the far south here, Panhandle of Florida, maybe southern Georgia, southern Alabama. but don't really anticipate much severe as we go into Sunday. And then some rain back up into, Virginia towards DC and the Carolinas and back around this area. But nothing too crazy. The rain will linger through Monday morning and then kind of head offshore as we go into Monday, late Monday into Tuesday. So that's what it's looking like out east. After this system here, we'll go back in time. So this is, tomorrow. So by Friday, that system kind of gradually weakens. That was coming off the west coast. And we see this. The next one comes in late Sunday, more into Monday, into California with some pretty good rain across the most of even the Southern California. They might even get some heavier rain, down there. Might have to look out for some issues with that heavy rain they get whenever it comes into Southern California. Definitely some good mountain snows. Um, Going across I-80, Truckee Pass will probably have a foot or more of snow like they always do with these kind of systems. And then that tracks inland. A piece of energy breaks off by Monday, Tuesday, and tracks across Nevada, Utah, and Arizona up into Idaho. So some valley rain, mountain snow. So that'll be good for the west. This one's going to be have a little more than the one we had this week. So early next week looks a little wetter. And this is going, this is Tuesday, late Tuesday into Wednesday. So it just stays kind of wet out here. And then we see something developing up over the northern part of the country. But a warm system, you can see even up into Michigan and parts of New York is going to be rain. So be the northern fringes that'll see the snow and icy conditions. And that kind of starts on Tuesday, it looks like, up in North Dakota and Minnesota. So yeah, that's kind of the outlook for through middle next week. And then this system heads east as we go into about 7 days out from now. Yeah, and it's still wet out here in the west through next week. So this, yeah, so it looks like, and it'll probably start cooling down as we get towards mid to late week out west too. Just a little bit of a cool down. No Arctic outbreak or anything. Yeah. The last thing I'll show you is our snowfall over the last 24 hours. So that all that snow we saw out here in the Northeast, generally 3 to 6. A couple places had 7, almost 8 inches out here, and there's still snowing, so they'll add to that. Maybe when it's all said and done, they'll have over 6 inches in several areas, maybe up to a foot or close to a foot in a couple places. Then we had some snow out here from this system the other day across I think it came through Monday, Tuesday out here across the California. Yeah, up to over 17 inches there up in the mountains. You know, about up there, not too far from Reno on the California side, around Lake Tahoe, 3 to 7 inches maybe. Yeah, so they had some snow up there the other day, so they need it. They need some snowpack. It's still dry. That's it. There was a couple inches up there and some lake effect stuff up in the UP of Michigan. And some random report here out in South Dakota. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got for you. There's a snowfall map of that snow. Kind of gives you the same idea up here. So yeah. Anyways, hope you have a great what is this, Wednesday? Yeah, hump day. And it's I always say the date. It's February 11th, 2026. For those of you who maybe are retired and don't track it, I'm kind of semi-retired and I have a hard time remembering. Anyways, February 11th, 2026, Wednesday. So we'll be talking to you tomorrow, and as we head into the weekend, have a great day. Wixman Ray out.